Check it out now. Check it out, yo. Check it out now, being academy, yo. Yo, I know you got your options, so pick the right main. Some classes to take, and pure tilt to gain. I'm just locked in it, got try hard to want it. Who want it? I don't know where you got that KD from. Jump off it, bring it on. Any bottle contender, no one can stop this. As far as I'm concerned, though it's only one topic. Join the game in academy from runs up to top. I can teach you how to peek game clear faster. One false move, kid, that'll be disaster. I'll reset your rank and continue the day after. Gaming academy, that's right, the real chapter. This school's for real, no spread the real actor. This school's for real, no smurfs and no actors. Take your role and represent your life. Representing everybody, so make your choice right. Let's level up now. So level up your first hit. Let's level up now. Time not examine 6. Let's level up now. Choosing they're the best one. Let's level up now. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Hey, what is up, chat? One game tonight is not tonight, but one game is ending active development because it could not hold enough attention, and another game is being leaked because attention is worth exploiting. Tonight, we're asking what happens when attention becomes gaming's most valuable currency on the Headmaster's desk. What's up, class? Welcome to the Headmaster's Desk. It is Thursday, August 20th, 1995. Just kidding, it's 2026. Wow, time does fly. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, we are today is just basically the supplementary show, complimentary show to Gaming Academy back here on Tuesday, 8 p.m. And we're just talking about tonight. We're going to be covering a couple topics because because this is the Headmaster's Desk, and I'm your host, the Headmaster of Gaming Academy, GQAzndood. And this is where we take the biggest stories in gaming, move past the headline, and ask what they teach us about the games, the business, and of course, ourselves. Now, tonight we got two stories sitting on the opposite sides of the attention economy. Riot Games has announced that 2XKO will end active development in December 2026. The game is not immediately going to be shut down, but its future content pipeline is coming to an end because Riot says it could not retain enough players to reach sustainability. So my dreams for having set in the game is now zero. Thanks, game. At the same time, apparently leaked GTA 6 gameplay and map material is spreading online. The people claiming responsibility are attaching consumer rights demands and a cryptocurrency promotion to the most anticipated game in the industry. Now, one game could not keep enough attention. The other has so much attention that people are trying to hijack that said attention. Pretty crazy, right? Now, that gives us tonight's lesson. Attention is not passive. Every view, repost, purchase, login, and conversation feeds something. Now, here we play with intention, which means understanding where our attention goes, who benefits from it, and whether our actions strengthen the gaming culture we say we want. This is the Headmaster's Desk. Welcome to class. Sit your ass down. Have a seat. All right, for you guys in the chat right now, my question for you is which is harder in modern gaming, right? Getting players to try a game or convincing them to stay? Put try or stay in the chat and tell me why that is what you chose. That'd be great. Now, let's see what's going on for tonight's stories reveal. So the first one actually is something that I was given to me earlier today uh, for towards my attention. Actually, Blazing Ace Nelson, our professor of applied sciences, tagged me on an X post about this, and I'll share it on the screen here. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks," right? Actually, let's go to this one. This one's much better. Okay, Oop, wrong one. So this right here, I guess that's better. This right here is basically the tweet or the X post that I was tagged at by our professor of applied sciences, Blazing Ace Nelson. 2XKO active development will end in December 2026. According to Riot Games, servers will remain on beyond 2026, and 2XKO will be playable on all platforms. So this kind of falls into that same pit as like Rumbleverse, right? And also, what's the other one? The one that's by WB. Is that versus WB Smash Bros? The hell was that game? Multiverses, Rumbleverse, multiverses, all these versus games, right? So a lot of people had supported it and then put some money into it, and then it was so successful and its launch that they were like, we're gonna have to cut this beta, stop it, so we can make focus on making the real big game. So and then didn't really refund anybody after that. So this is kind of the same thing, right? Is this fair that since they're not supporting the game anymore, that people that put the money down on it, right, won't really have, everybody else is getting it for free. Of course, it's not fair because you paid money into it. The only thing that you're really kind of like getting out of it is like basically early access to said things because you could have grinded everything in the game, right? Except a few skins. Now let's start up by cleaning up the headline a little bit, right? Because um, the title here is 2XKO. A game can be good and still be unsustainable, right? Now, so 2XKO is not being switched off on December 31st. Let's be real clear about that. It's not being switched off. It's just not going to be supported. Riot is calling it ending active development. The servers are expected to remain online. The game will remain playable, and offline is unaffected. So you basically just have a free game, I think. And that distinction matters because development ending and game shutting down are not the same thing. Now, Riot says many people tried 2XKO and a dedicated community continued playing it, but not enough players stayed long enough to create a sustainable path. Even major updates produce only temporary movement. The company says the game's cost substantially more to operate than it earns. This is one of the hardest truths in modern industry in the modern industry. Making a good game and building a sustainable service are different achievements. 2XKO could have strong netcode, expressive characters, competitive depth, and a passionate community, and still fail the business test required by a larger free-to-play operation. A live service needs a constant population, continuous content, active matchmaking, technical support, cosmetics, balancing, events, reasons to return. Quality may even earn a player's respect. Sustainability requires their time, their return visits, and often their money. So, what are we learning here, guys? There's a big thing to kind of talk about this in on the headmaster's desk is that the live service is just not sustainable anymore. There's so many games out there. There's so many options and choices for you to have, right? That it's hard for these games to keep your attention. I I mean, I would argue if you could list me all the battle royale games out there that are out there, and how many of them are you playing? Right? If you say like Call of Duty, Fortnite, but then you can name off 15, that's 13. Those are 13 on the games are going to die because you're not playing them. You get what I'm saying? I'm not blaming you per se. I'm just saying logically you're not giving them enough attention, right? So why would they exist if you're not contributing to the sustainability, right? So let's read this a little bit. Let's go. Let's get in. Let's get in here. Can we make this bigger, or is this always going to be smaller? I'll just go to Riot Games, read it. All right. So, Riot Games. Hey, all, we have an update to share and feature 2XKO. 2XKO's active development will conclude at the end of 2026. Okay. Over the last few months, let's see if I can get this better. Okay, I think that's better. Let's do that. Okay. So over the last few months, we've been monitoring 2XKO's trajectory closely, and we've seen what we've seen is a painting a clear, consistent picture. While a lot of you jump to try into game, there's an incredible community that plays every day. We haven't seen enough players stick with the game to get a path towards sustainability. Okay. Servers will remain beyond 2026. 2XKO will be playable on all platforms. Through the rest of 2026, we'll be introducing content featuring improvements and two new champions, Lux and Samira. No set, with an intent to deliver our final bug fix patch in December this year. After that, servers will be remaining to support online play. Offline play is unaffected. We'll give advance notice if any of that changes. And I think honestly, like I feel like that would change, right? What is this? Why is it blurry? That's weird. Hold on. Hold on, chat. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Okay. That is so strange that it's blurry like that. All right. Anyway, we got what was Riot's goal with 2XKO? Our dream was to build a game that the fighting game community would love to play with their friends. We wanted to be respectful of the incredible games that came before ours and bring Riot's take on live service to a new set of hungry players. Our approach was to tackle some of the issues that we knew the FGC struggled with by building more reliable netcode, making the rank grind less lonely, committing to more frequent game updates, and more while the genre progressed significantly in the last 10 years or so. We believe 2X delivered on many of these points. On the business side, we hope that by making the game free, we can make the genre more accessible and discoverable to new players and that can fall in love with fighting games. Fighting games are probably one of the hardest games for casuals to get into, man. It is a very closed, it is a very niche genre in the scope of video games genres. It's very small in comparison. Now, in the same way we did, ideally this would have happened over time, starting by earning the trust of lots of core fighting game players and growing into a larger player base where more features and content came online. We also went into this project knowing from the start that free to play comes with a minimum player requirement to support these ambitions. Early on, we saw pockets of the FGC fully embrace 2XKO. We got proof that this approach is working at a small scale. Players pushed the game to its limits in high level play and brought their non fighting game friends to play with them. Duos became a great way to mash buns together. Tournament organizers added the game to their weekly lineups, and players told us they wanted more champs, events, and features. While this is exactly what we wanted to see, it just wasn't happening enough. Even with the genre, diehard tag fighter players love 2XKO, but most other fighting game players struggle to find means. Hey, what's up, Luke? How'd it go? Howdy do? Howdy do? Let me see if I can fix this. No? Okay. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know why that's blurry. It's kind of weird. It looks good on my screen. Oh, enable zoom and scroll. Uh yeah, weird. It's blurry. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so like let's chat about that for a second, right? So we got they of course got people to join in and people were playing the game for a while. FGC was supporting it. It's cool. I mean, honestly, it's like Marvel versus Capcom 3, right? But like, and then the casual people got to play it. Probably people that played League of Legends got to play it casually, right? But and that's the thing. The word is casually, which means like they're probably putting this game on on their priority list, like maybe the fifth priority, They have their main game, they have their secondary game, maybe in a game where they're tired of playing the two games together, their chill game, and they want to try something new. And it's probably on the category try something new, right? So where are our lessons here for this? Now, free to play removes the price, but it doesn't really remove the barrier, right? 2XKO made entry financially easy, right? But fighting games really ask new players to understand movement. Defense is key. You don't have defense in a fighting game, you're just gonna die. Right? Assist, team composition, long combos, matchups, frame advantage, the emotional experience of losing repeatedly while learning. It is not for the faint of heart. Fighting games is not for everybody. You got to be okay with losing, right? Losing with grace. You got to be okay with understanding how the game works. Otherwise, you're just going to get frustrated, right? Playing a fighting game because you don't know why your stuff's not working, and you don't know why the other person's just getting away with the stuff they're getting away with. It's information that's not evident to you. Okay. Right. So this means that accessibility is larger than price. A free download can bring someone through the door, right? But it cannot guarantee that the first 10 hours they feel capable, welcome, and motivated to return. That's true. 100% true. They can teach you to play the game, but are you gonna take the extra effort to master it? Now, I think we've been really spoiled in the gaming industry lately. Like games have really held our hands from start to end, right? And like it's waypoints. I would say waypoints are the number one hand-holding mechanic that we're so spoiled with. We don't even know that we're being spoiled because that was not originally like in video games. Not at least not in the 80s and 90s at least, right? Very few of them had waypoints or check markers where'd you go next, right? You had to actually explore, look at every nook and cranny of the game. And I think that honestly, a lot of the games that we play these days, we miss out on a lot of detail in the game because of waypoints. We tend to finish one section, go straight to the next one, and do that, rinse and repeat. We don't like to explore. We don't like to kind of just look around and kind of take in the environment, right? The art, the aesthetic of it. I think fighting games is one of the highest skill floors as far as knowing the basics of the game. Yes, I agree. As a fighting game player for over a long time, I've never been on top as a fighting game player. It's as soon as I feel that I got on top, there's like a new bracket of like sweat that like opens up to me. I'm like, whoa, that's like really next level. That's like this is the only game I play level, right? And I understand everything about the game. I don't have that. I play lots of games. I play a lot of different games. The thing that I learned about fighting games is that a lot of the fighting games translate to other fighting games, right? So this is why if you get good at one, you tend to get sort of good at the other one because the stuff you learn from that fighting game, some of it transfers over. It's true. A lot of games, if you play like similar games, that's what's going to spill over. You play Call of Duty, Battlefield may be a little bit easier for somebody that's new to Battlefield, right? That's just how it works, And so here's the second lesson, and I'm gonna go ahead and go back to this real quick, kind of read this a little bit more. Where it at? Where'd you go, bro? Bruh. Okay. What's next? As we mentioned above, we do want to do right by the players who want to continue playing 2XKO and deeply respect the love they put into the game. And the scene up to now, 2XKO remains online and playable, and we aren't going anywhere just yet. We've still got more content to show you through the end of this year, and we are truly grateful to everyone who's been part of 2XKO's journey so far. Same thing with Avengers. They gave up on it and had to finish everything. Matter of fact, some of the stuff they finished wasn't even really finished. I think they were actually working on War Machine, and then they just kind of stopped and made it as an Iron Man skin. So that was kind of unfortunate. And there were it was data mined to find that they were also thinking about putting out She-Hulk as well. Because that would have been really cool as well. It's another Hulk in there, another bruiser. All right. Oh, here we go. 2026 preview. For the rest of 2026, we'll continue to finish up our work and progress content, fixing bugs, making balance changes to 2XKO in a state where we'll be able to make a final bug pass in December. But they are disabling KO purchases as of today. You're not able to buy anything on 2x KO Ultimate Bundle and in-game refunds. We're disabling the ability to purchase KO points or physical prepaid cards will no longer be usable in 2x KO. Cards will still work for currencies and Riot's other games. Remaining KO points can still be spent rotating the store. This is just Marvel Avengers all over again. Okay. All right, we'll begin the process of refunding all purchases made prior to August 20. Wow, Riot Games, let's go. Let's go, Riot Games. We'll begin the process of refunding purchasing 20 for PC players. Look, all KO points and 2x KO Starter Edition purchases made prior to August 20 will be refunded to the payment method used to purchase them. We plan to have most refunds distributed by the next 2 weeks and hope to be finished with all PC refunds November 26th. We appreciate your patience as we process these. That's great. For Xbox and PlayStation, KO points and 2x KO Starter Edition purchases made prior to August 20 will be refunded through the platform or provider used to purchase. PlayStation or Xbox customer support may reach out to confirm payment details in the coming weeks. For players in the Japan and Korean server, we'll conduct a refund process for KO points in compliance with the local law. Further details regarding refunds procedures will be provided through future announcements and digital notices. Okay. It's a lot of recent live service games, period. Yeah, for sure. There's too much. There's too much. And this is why it's crazy that they're I think what they're trying to do, and honestly, this is what I feel like this is what happened. Throughout time, and throughout consumer time, especially our lifetime, chat, I feel like trends have been kind of like the way uh, these producers and creators, content creators. I'm not saying like individuals. I'm saying like people that create product for us, entertainment, Hollywood per se, right? Toys, comic books, you name it, video games. They love to capture the trend, right? Remember the trend Armageddon. When Armageddon was released, Deep Impact had to come out. There was always like a competitor like aligned to it, right? It was never just one thing. There was always another one coming out that is the same aspect of the other one as well, right? So I think like with video games, there has been a trend that's been going along. For example, I would say, in the 80s, it was the arcade trend, right? It was Pac-Man, right? It was I guess I would be more 70s, but like Pac-Man was the big one. So Galaga, Galaxia. There were a lot of games that are very similar, honestly. Now, and then of course we got a lot of shoot 'em ups, beat 'em ups, right? In the arcades. We talk about beat 'em ups on the channel all the time, right? We talk about shmups all the time. Those were just arcade genres that they copied. That was the arcade era, right? I would say like every decade usually has some sort of like um, a fixation on a trend. So, for example, Skyrim really dominated. I think 2010 or 2000. I would say like 2010. Skyrim really dominated 2010 for open world. Every freaking person in the game store wanted an open world game. They wanted to just explore and run around. They didn't want a focused story, right? They just wanted to kind of just like loiter. And you notice a lot of games came out that were open world in 2010 and beyond, right? Because that was the trend. Maybe before that in the 2000s was first person shooters since Call of Duty was out and about, right? Call of Duty was king, so people were that's why they made Battlefield, that's why they made all these Borderlands, all these first person shooter games just came out during the 2000s. Halo, right? That was the decade of the first person shooter, right? And I would argue in between the two, the character action game was like in the 2000s also, right? Because like we got God of War, we got like a God Hand, we got Chaos Legion, Nano Breaker. Ace was playing Nano Breaker the other day. What's up, Andre? Right? Like there are a lot of like Devil May Cry. There are a lot of third person character action games in 2000s and 2010s, and it continued to trickle on. But first person shooters were gaining in much more popularity and from 2010 and up, right? Because there's multiplayer, right, et cetera, et cetera. And now in 2020, Battle Royale, baby. Battle Royale showed up. Battle Royale's in. And what did they add in Battle Royale? What Battle Royale game changed the landscape of our gaming industry? You know, it was both good and bad, right? And if you say PUBG, heads up, hats off to you, because I would argue PUBG was the first battle royale game to kind of capture everyone's attention about battle royale. But honestly, Fortnite was really the first one to capture that, right? But the thing is, Fortnite, when it first came out, it wasn't a battle royale. It was just a mode. Fortnite was a tower defense game, which I thought was really cool, by the way. I don't know if you guys know, Fortnite was a really fun tower defense game. You guys would make like buildings and traps and like all this. What the whole point was, zombies from all across like the land are like attracted to like your core of your building, and if they destroy it, you lose. So the whole point was to create as many barriers and traps and like like defense positions for you and your team to defend the core. That was actually kind of fun. And then they replicated PUBG because PUBG was getting really popular, right? And Fortnite was not popular at all. Matter of fact, I have a Fortnite disc. Have you guys seen a Fortnite disc before? And I'm not talking about the Fortnite like when it was a battle royale already. I'm talking about when it was released on disc as a tower defense game, because the battle royale didn't come till like months afterwards. I thought Fortnite was kind of fun. I mean, Fortnite, you're making a fort and in the nighttime. So it's Fortnite time, baby, So these are just more some things that are going to be changed here. They're adding Lux, Lady Luminosity, Samira, the Desert Rose. She's super cool. She's like a pirate, right? But man, how come Set was never even thought of to be put in this game? He was a fighting game character in League of Legends. I guess he just was not popular, right? So yeah, it's kind of lame. I was looking forward to playing Set, and so guys, right now, since the game is free, go check it out, go get it, go try it out, right? It's free. Go play it. Go play a fun fighting game with your friends. If you're trying to learn fighting games, 2XKO's tutorial is pretty good. I tried it out. Ace and I both tried it out. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, honestly. It's a good price. The only thing that's going to cost you is your time. Your time. It's all going to cost you. Your time. Okay. So let's ask a few questions here, since this is the headmaster's desk, right? All right. So lesson number 2. Famous characters don't guarantee genre conversions. No, they don't guarantee genre conversions, but they do attract a crowd. League of Legends and Arcane gave 2XKO a recognizable cast, but liking Jinx, Echo, Ari, or Yasuo does not automatically mean someone wants to become a fighting game player. Brand recognition can create curiosity. It cannot manufacture long-term compatibility between a player and a genre. And this is true because I have friends, I should say, that are really into League of Legends. Like they play competitively, they rage quit competitively, right? And I'm that type of game is not my type, right? I'm not anymore. If I was in my 20s, probably, right? Just pounding energy drinks, getting mad, right? But that was me in Call of Duty 4. But just because your character is put in a fighting game doesn't mean you're gonna like that right away. You still have to play a fighting game, right? That's why I said it brings the attraction, but then it doesn't last, because like the what is it? The novelty goes away, right? The novelty goes away. Lesson 3. Live services compete for habits, not purchases. What did I say? What did I say? 2XKO did not only compete with Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. We've played all 3 on this channel, guys. Now we have Garo. Now we have Invincible. Now we have Tokon, right? It also competed with people that were playing League, Valorant, Fortnite, and every other ongoing game that has a live service. Every unfinished title in the player's backlog. How many do you have in your backlog right now? Right? So the question wasn't really simple, like, no, people like 2XKO. No, it was, will they make room to play 2x KO every week. We tried to do it here on this channel with Ace, right? And he didn't even move forward after that because he's got an extensive back. Right? He plays a few live service games. He was playing the First Descendant earlier today. He plays Warframe. There's already 2 right there. You think he has time to learn another fighting game? He wants to get back in Street Fighter 6, right? And just remember what I said. Remember what I said on the show. If you're not playing the game, right, practicing, the community is playing the game, and they're leaving you behind. So if you're stuck in silver, you're stuck in silver. They moved on to platinum level skills, right? Because they're consistently playing, they're consistently learning, dying, and losing, winning, A, B, C, D. You're not playing the game. You're not updated on who's good, who's bad, who's the meta right now, who's not the meta right now, what goes, the matchups. The matchups is super important. So you are a silver player if you don't practice. That's just how it is. Fighting games are like that. I would argue games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch are like that too, right? Because they're character based. They have abilities, they have certain like cadences, stuff like that. So, that's just how it works. If you're not practicing in a game that's competitive, the community is going to leave you behind because they're still playing it. So don't expect to come back and just say, oh, wow, I'm trash at this game. Yes, you're trash at this game. The reality is you need to practice. That's what it is. Yeah. That's right, Blue. He is still playing First Ascendant. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the games he's playing, or nor any games that you guys are playing. I'm giving you the cold, harsh reality of why you're stuck in a certain rank, right? And if you're getting frustrated that you can't get any further, that's the reality of it. I had that reality. I said, I have not played season 3 of Tekken. When I get back to playing Tekken, the extent of my skill is the first 2 seasons of season 2. That's it. And then anything after that, I would have to relearn and then get beat up all over again. That's just how fighting games work. Okay. Lesson 4. What Riot got right about the sunset? Well, here we go. Riot is refunding qualifying purchases, unlocking champions, making more content earnable, consolidating matchmaking, and leaving servers online. Good on you, Riot. That does not erase the disappointment or the impact on developers. Yeah, I'm sure they're upset, but it is a more responsible transition than silently removing a game and leaving customers with nothing. The most revealing change may be the removal of ranked. Riot is moving players into one primary matchmaking population, so the remaining community can still find matches. Scoreboard becomes less important than keeping the community connected, which is fascinating follow-up to Gaming Academy's Class 85. The scoreboard doesn't define you. Hey, I'm just letting you know, I did not know that Riot was closing down 2xKO. Right? That's it. That is a convenience. Right? Remember, chat, a passionate community and a sustainable audience are not always the same thing. Right? They're not the same thing. I mean, I can argue that statement can apply to a lot of things. You can be passionate about something, but if you don't back up your passion with action, then you're just a fraud, in my opinion. You're just like you're just what do you call this? Theatrical what is it? Not grandizing. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just a poser is what I call it. You're just being a poser. Now ask yourself these questions, chat, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay? Did 2xKO fail as a game, or did it fail under Riot's required scale and expectation? Right? And I'll give you the Headmaster's answer on that. But think about these questions. Did 2xKO fail as a game, or did it fail Riot's required expectations and scale? Did free-to-play help the game, or force it to chase impossible engagement numbers? Think about that one. Would a complete $40 version with stronger offline content have a better feature for the game? I'm going to answer all these, by the way. Should every multiplayer game be expected to receive content forever? That's crazy. No, of course not. Does refunding purchases and keeping servers online represent a responsible sunset? Dude, is that a legit question? Yes. Okay, let's just go back to these questions. Number one, did 2xKO fail as a game, or did it fail Riot's required scale? Personally, from the Headmaster here, 2xKO did fail as a game because they're sunsetting it. It's not because I would say it failed because they had a plan to have this game with maybe X amount of characters, X amount of people coming to play it, X amount of engagement, and it did not reach that number. Let's not lie to ourselves. It failed as a game. That's why. And the reason why it's a game, being live service is part of that said game. Also, fighting game in a year where they're releasing like over 3 fighting games. Marvel Tokon was the fighting game this year. People are not going to care about 2xKO after playing Marvel Tokon. It's too powerful. Too powerful. All right, did free to play help the game or force it to chase impossible engagement numbers? Free to play always helps a game, in my opinion. But if you're putting a free to play game that's expensive, especially a fighting game, ooh, that's a risky one, boss. Right? The fighting game, like I said, the fighting game niche in the fighting game category spectrum, especially with when we ask this question here in Gaming Academy, what's your gamer quotient, right? If you're a lab monster and you're a competitor, you're going to want to play fighting games. Okay? But if you're not a competitor, you're not a lab monster, you're going to be number 6 or number 7 mostly. I'll say number 7 and number 2, right? You're going to be those two, and you're not compatible with 3 and 8, which is 2xKO. The whole point of 2xKO is 3 and 8. There is no story to the game. You can't explore around on there. It is a social game, barely any story in it. Is playing a fighting game comfortable for you? It says for me, but I'm a weirdo. Not everybody's like that, right? So you have to think about that. Okay. So do you think giving if you bought this for $40 and getting everything, do you think it would have done better? Chat, let me ask you that. If you bought this game for $40, right? And they got more offline content, do you think it would have made it? Let me know in chat. Hydrate yourself, chat. Hydrate yourself. Okay. I think paying $40 with a disc, I totally buy it. I totally buy it. You got me. But $40 digital only? No. And remember, this is something that I always ask you guys, right? Remember this, I ask you this guy. I ask you this question. I say this question a lot. For your $40, would you rather pay for 2xKO or the other game that you've been eyeballing when you didn't have the $40? Think about that. That's how you answer that question. Honestly, that's a legit question. If you had $40, right, would you buy 2xKO or that $40 game you've been wanting to get for the other game for the long time? You want to get the other game. That's how you know you don't have the community for that, or you don't have the hype or the attention for this game. That's a legit question. That should be a survey, right? That they should take. Not would a complete $40 version would you buy the game? No, you should say if you have $40 and you have a choice between the complete 2xKO or other game to buy, or pick any other game to get, which one would you choose? You guys already chose the other game. Imagine thousands of other people getting asked that same question. They'd probably say the other game, unless they just love 2xKO, right? So that's how you know the value of 2xKO right there for each person. Yeah. Should every multiplayer game be expected to receive content forever? No game should be expected to receive content forever. That's ridiculous. That's not sustainable. I do expect every game to be complete once if I buy it. Like I don't have to buy any more of the game later on. You know, that's what's important in my opinion. The last one, does refunding purchases and keeping servers online represent a responsible sunset? Yes, I think it's amazing that they're doing that and very respectful of their audience to do that. Because there are a lot of companies out there that say SOL, guys. Sorry. SOL, guys. Sorry. So them refunding and keeping the servers online for you guys, I think that's amazing. They don't have to do that, but they're doing it. That's how our community should be kind of like considering like the things that the industry does. They don't have to do shit. Right? It's cool that they're doing it, but they don't have to do it. One, they already have your money, right? And for the people that didn't pay, why do they owe you anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to. I think this is cool that they're doing. You know. Plus, I also think Riot Games already makes so much money on League of Legends that they don't care. Honestly, they don't care. Give me refund all the monies. All the monies. All right, so we have another topic here to cover. I'm gonna find this. There it is. Pirate Nation. Pirate Nation. Where we got? Pirate Nation. Take-Two has lost around 2.8 billion in market value following the latest GTA 6 leaks. Ooh, wait. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Take-Two. You'll be fine. So I made a comment about this because I was like, holy crap. The gaming industry is so brittle that a leak just makes a company lose billions of dollars. But do you understand? I don't know, chat. I don't know if you guys have been listening to the Headmaster. I feel like this crazy, like, conspiracy theory guy that like I know the truth, but then like but the truth sounds so ridiculous that no one cares about what I'm saying, right? And that's usually how that works. One person just knows exactly what's going on, but it's so against the grain that like people are like, oh, he's just crazy. He's just your crazy uncle. Like, don't listen to him. He's insane. But I've been telling you guys, I know how these things work. Like I've been in the boardroom with these guys, listening to their conversations. You know, I'm not wearing a shirt and tie every day. I'm not a prude, right? But what I'm saying is that yes, our industry is super inflated right now with unnecessary money and investment. And we'll get to the investment part here in a second. Right? But having a leak show and then companies' market value falling by 2.8 billion in less than 2 days, that just goes to show you there are people that don't care about the game. That should tell you right there, guys. There's people out there that don't care about the game. They care about the money that they make from this game. They are parasites. And this is what I mean, how our gaming industry has been hijacked by investors. By investors. Because now they're going, oh crap, stock's falling. If I was an investor, I'd look at that and go, I don't care about GTA, I'm losing my money. Sell. This is how it works. That's just how it works, man. They look at the stats. They don't care about the game. They care about the game succeeding, but they don't care about the game. All right. Here's what's been happening. Right. Also, this is kind of crazy because this is also part of that situation where the people that hijacked this game are kind of like, hey, it's us, like look at all the people looking at our stuff since we did it. So it's kind of wild. GTA 6, when attention becomes a weapon. All right. So multiple clips and apparent map images attributed to GTA 6 circulated beginning August 18. That was a few days ago, right? It is credible, but not unconfirmed. Footage appears consistent with known characters and locations. Take-Two reportedly issued takedowns, right? And something we haven't established yet. Rockstar has not publicly authenticated every clip, image, build date, mechanic, or leaker claim. And here's the high risk. The group's motives, access method, threats, physical edition claims, and crypto fundraising story remain unverified. you know, so it apparently leaked. It seemingly felt authentic, and reportedly, from a development build. But like they haven't really talked about anything about that. Okay. So what's going on here, right? This is kind of wild. So this is the byproduct of leaks. This is the byproduct of you know of an inflated gaming industry. I'm not even upset about the leaks, honestly. I'm upset about what the industry has become, that when leaks happen, people lose money. Or it's that drastic of how it affects, our hobby. Like a company losing $2.8 billion, that is like, hey, time to fire a quarter of your roster, right? That or more, half. I don't know. Something's got to go. Something's got to go. That's kind of how that works, you know. So reporting describes footage involving protagonist Jason driving police interaction, environmental activities, phone messages, and apparent map material. Some clips may originate from an older dev build. That means animations, interface systems, visual quality may not represent the finished game, of course. The people claiming responsibility are using the name CyberLeak, attached a manifesto advocating for physical releases. So yeah, literally terrorism is happening in video games now. Offline access limits on digital pre-orders in opposition to certain paywalled content. They also promoted a Solana-based cryptocurrency and asked for money, making their motives incredibly highly questionable. I think they're just a bunch of hackers that are looking to ride the wave of how popular GTA 6 is. Honestly, right? This is what happens when you're like, they have too much money anyway, so whatever. That's just how it works. I don't care about 2K or Take-Two, right? They have too much money. Rockstar has too much money. So do you think that, like, here's the thing, who do you think people will blame if they have to fire like 1,000 people? I think Rockstar or Take-Two will be like, well, the hackers caused disruption, which then made our shareholders nervous, which dropped our value $2.8 billion. Now we have to fire 1,000 people. Is that Take-Two's fault, or is that the hackers' fault? Interesting question, right? Because I feel like people will be divided on this. I feel like people will be like, oh yeah, corporations, they can lose all the money. I don't like corporations. They can lose all the money they want. But people work in corporations. Like, people have jobs in corporations, you know. And I think those people are innocent. They're legit following orders to pay their bills, right? They're not making decisions. The decisions are made for them, and they have to enact on those said decisions. Okay. All right, so first, a correction for anyone seeing GTA 5 leaks in the conversation. The breaking story is about GTA 6, and before we discuss it, we need a clear boundary here. Rockstar has not formally authenticated every circulating clip, screenshot, map, or accompanying claim. Some material appears credible, but credible is not the same as fully confirmed. That distinction is very important in tonight's lesson that we're going to be chatting about here, is that because online leaks often mix three things together: genuine material, speculation built around it, and opportunists trying to turning attention into money. The reported footage appears to show an in development version of GTA 6. That phrase, in development, matters. A build is a workshop, not a showroom. Systems may be temporary, animations may be unfinished, user interfaces may be placeholders, content can be cut, rewritten, or redesigned before release. When unfinished footage escapes into the public, viewers often judge it as if Rockstar chose to present it. That deprives developers of context and gives the leaker control over its first impression. You see, chat, people are dumb. That's basically what it said. People are stupid because they will believe that, oh no, the leaks are the final game. We don't know we don't know what a workshop build is, right? That game looks stupid. So this is going to go into something, another clip I saw, and actually it was another leak I saw on X. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find this thing. I bet my bet is they'll blame Q&A as that's where a lot of leaks happen. Yeah, there's probably there's probably some disgruntled employee. Oh, it got taken down already. So yeah, if I can't show this to you, it got taken down already. But no, I got you. I got you. So earlier, I think it was this morning. This morning, I saw footage of what they were referring to as Jean Grey gameplay for Wolverine, but it looked so jank. I couldn't believe it was. I was trying to believe it was fake. Like, it did not look good. It looked like it was an alpha. I think it was like an early build that was leaked a while back, right? But you could play Jean Grey and Wolverine, I think, and it's whatever. Like, that's not the final product, so it's like I'm not affected by it. I don't care. Meaning that, like, I'll still play it. I know I understand context on it, but I think that people just don't like. I mean, people just don't understand. Yeah, it looked rough. 100% look rough. But the thing is, what they're saying basically is that people don't understand it's early. It's not done yet, right? I don't even think there was textures on some things in that clip. But like, people are just don't make the effort to learn more or learn context about a certain clip. So this is why they worry, because they think it makes people think that that's what the actual final game is, right? What did we talk about? What did we talk about on Tuesday? I just said that exact same thing on Tuesday. Don't believe everything you see right away, right? A 10-second clip, question it, but don't believe it, right? Dude, this is hilarious because I'm telling you, I don't know. I didn't realize there was a leak until today, 2 days later. And I made that segment on the show of like understanding media literacy, right? That's wild how like that came together. That's insane. That's insane. It was like meant to be. Right? All right. Here are some lessons for tonight for this. And this echoes into the last class that we had, right? A real clip does not authenticate the entire story. Yes, it does not. No, it does not. Even if one piece of footage is genuine, that does not automatically authenticate the map posted beside it, the leaker's explanation, their political message, the claimed access, or their fundraising pitch. Truth can be used as bait for falsehood. Media literacy, guys, important. Take-Two's reported takedowns are supporting evidence that copyrighted Rockstar material is circulating. They are not a universal. They are not a universal certificate proving every repost and interpretation is accurate. Chat. Remember, when you see a leak, what makes you want to trust it? It's your predisposed bias. If you hate the game, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's real because it agrees with me. I covered this on Tuesday. This is crazy. I covered this on Tuesday. This is nuts. All right. Lesson number 2: consumer rights do not excuse harmful methods. Yeah, the group is attaching itself to the real concerns like preservation, physical media, offline access, pre-orders, in addition exclusive content. These are legitimate gaming industry discussions. Gamer Quotient, us, has discussed many of these. But a worthy message does not automatically legitimize the method. Leaking unfinished work can spoil stories, misrepresent developers, expose confidential information, disrupt marketing, create security threats, and direct players toward unsafe links. Here's the thing, right? If that was a game we loved, if that was Phantom Blade Zero, I'd be fucking upset. I'd be like, what the fuck? That's messed up. These guys are their game looks cool. I have no beef with them. How dare these hackers break into this game, this company, this innocent little company, S game. But since the industry freaking sucks right now, right? The industry is inflated. You make a good game, people get fired. You make a bad game, people get fired. They get laid off. You make a game that is awesome and it's done, they get laid off. Yeah. Sony going fully digital, trash. Xbox trying to get our attention back, but they got a history of being trash. Yeah, of course. People are hurt right now. Especially in the recent events. They're like, yeah, I don't care about Rockstar. They make enough money. You're making us watch an ad through Netflix? Screw you guys. Yeah, of course. You have the right to feel that way. Absolutely. But let's use that logic for a second. Let's get out of emotions real quick. Let's use that logic. Just because you feel that way, does that mean you should commit crimes? That's the question. That's really what happened. I don't want to reference Luigi Mangione. You guys know who Luigi Mangione is? Right? Because people were kind of backing Luigi Mangione up for what he did. This man assassinated. This man Assassin's Creed a healthcare CEO. AC created him. And people were like, yeah, down with the corpos, down with the what do you call this? Down with the healthcare industry. Like, guys, what kind of society do we have here? Yeah, you can't do it that way. You cannot do that way. Because if you feel that way and you do that and you get away with it, people can do that to you. That's the whole point. We don't want it. We don't want it to get to that point where a random person can just justify not liking you and Assassin's Creeding you. We don't want that. Oh, but I would never do that, GQ. I would never be enough of a threat to society. That's not the point. The point is like what you can and cannot get away with, because like you cannot control how people think about you, right? And if you can justify that and be like, yeah, I did it because it's justified. Then we can't protect you. That's what a society is all about. It does not excuse harmful methods. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Fix nothing. A worthy message, doesn't automatically legitimize the method, right? There you go. Now you can support preservation without supporting theft. You can oppose digital only without promoting a crypto token. This is what these guys are doing. You can demand better consumer treatment without giving questionable actors your clicks, money, or downloads. Now, that kind of brings me back to what I said about legendary drops, right? You're out here complaining and then you go right into an ad. Here's the thing. I have no problem with him about his videos. I like I said, I think it was just like the topic he covered and going to an ad right away. Because when you say this video is brought to you by, I'm like, bro, come on. You can't do that. Have some tact. Have some tact, dude. Curiosity has a cost. It does. Leaks spread because millions of small choices create one enormous signal. One person watches, another reposts, another creator does a reaction video. That's us right now. An account packages the material into a rumor. Algorithm sees velocity, not ethics, and pushes it farther. Yes, it spreads like wildfire. It becomes what they call viral chat. Does not mean viewers must pretend the story does not exist. Responsible coverage can discuss the event, the business consequences, and the ethical questions without showing stolen footage, linking to suspicious accounts, and or repeating spoilers. These are all alleged. I have not even seen the leaks. I don't even know if it's true or not, honestly. But I'm just seeing what's been reported. Okay. This is why, you get a lot of people give Maximilian dude flack about not discussing leaks. And it's his channel. He can do what the hell he wants. Right. But I feel like people are guilt tripping him and like, Max, you should like not care about these companies, right? Like leaks are for the people, right? They're like whistleblowers. Basically, they're basically whistleblowers. Just be real, they're whistleblowers. But one, it's his channel. He can do whatever the hell he wants with his channel. Doesn't have to listen to you. And two, I think Max does have like a base set of morals and values when it comes to the gaming industry. He wants to work with these companies because if he likes Capcom, he wants to work with Capcom. If he likes Killer Instinct, he wants to work with Microsoft. I mean, he worked with Mortal Kombat, right? So he does not want to talk about promote links or show leaks at all, right? And I get it because also his channel is his livelihood. If his channel gets banned, and his livelihood is in peril. He has a daughter. Got to keep an eye out for his daughter and his wife. You nerds getting all upset. What's funny? I've been saying like you nerds all my life, and I am a nerd. And when I say it, people get so mad when I say it because they don't get that nerd is just like so common these days. Like it's not honestly, it's not even a bad term anymore. I use it on my dating profile. I use it when I describe myself. Yeah, I'm just a nerd. I just play video games and hang out. And, pop culture stuff, movies, art. I like to cook. Right? I'm nerdy. Very passionate about certain hobbies. I say that. But then when I go up to a table with people playing Magic, I go, "Hey, what's up, nerds?" And they get all mad. They're like, "Oh man, what the heck? That's disrespectful." I'm like, "Huh? What? You guys are weird." Like, I'm a nerd. And that's the irony. That is the point of me saying that. I'm one of y'all, and I'm saying it. I think like people that are insecure, they're just kind of like, oh, that. The way I put it to some friends, there's like some guy named Frank whose job is to animate reloading. He didn't do anything wrong, but something he worked on has been tainted by assholes for above. Yeah, Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Honestly, Blue, that's great. And this is why I don't think consumers can really understand creators. Like Blue, you create, you make videos, you understand creation. I think when you stream, you're also creating something. Andre, I know you stream, you're a creator, right? But if there's things that kind of that in that involve you creating that causes you not to create or causes or creates more obstacles for you when creating, I think that's a problem for you and you should not support those things. I create, right? Create a lot. And the funny thing is like I create and I also understand the monetary portion of it, the business portion of it, very business centric, right? And so when I try to make something, there's usually like some sort of like investment behind it. And so when people are like, "Oh, that doesn't cost you anything," or yeah, you're, like, and they just talk out of their ass without like knowing about how to run a business or anything like that. I'm just like, you don't know. You don't know the cost. You don't know, you know, how much this is gonna cost each month. It's not that easy. So, even like streamers, you have to buy games to support for keeping up with the Joneses, right? So there you go. Oh man. So remember, chat, you're allowed to be curious, and we want you to be curious here at Gaming Academy, Gamer Quotient. But playing with intention means deciding whether satisfying that curiosity is worth funding the behavior behind it. I just put out the latest clip. The latest clip I have. I'm literally telling the internet, hey guys, I'm part of the problem, right? I have Steam and I have PlayStation. I trust Steam more, but I'm on PlayStation more often. What the hell is that about? That's literally the clip. I have I trust Steam more to handle my account and my games on Steam than Sony and PlayStation. But I use my PlayStation more. I put money on my PlayStation more. And they're like, GQ, why? Why you do that? I said, you know why? Because it's convenient. Literally convenience at a cost. It's right here. I can turn it on. Don't got to worry about installs or performance chugs on the PlayStations. More optimized. Done. Literally convenience. Right? All right, here's some questions for you guys to think about. Is it ethical to watch leaked gameplay if you did not participate in obtaining it? Even if you did obtain it, I wouldn't share it. You watch it, I wouldn't share it. Should creators report what leaked without displaying the footage? How do you know if it leaked if they don't display the footage? Where's the evidence? That's like my thing, right? How do you know if it's actually leaked without displaying the footage? Because they can just be talking out of their butt. Can a consumer rights message survive when it's delivered through harmful actions? Guys, can a consumer rights message survive when it's delivered through harmful actions? Bro, that's terrorism. This is literally that's what I said. I said that when Ace posted that like leak. No, it was on the Discord. Yeah. Where's the Discord at? So Jagos had posted this in our newsroom channel, right? The Take Two lost around $2 billion in market, right? Because of the hack. So I said, yeah, I said, yeah, pretty much how brittle the industry is. No, that wasn't it. It was I think it was Ace's post. I think I immediately just said, yeah, that's because it's terrorists. Yeah, that's terrorism. They're resulting to terrorism. Literally is. What is terrorism, guys? They usually hijack something and they go, "This is for our mission, right? This is our mission. This is for our cause." But they're harming people in the process. Yeah, let's think about this for a second. Do leaks create transparency or steal a developer's right to present unfinished work properly? Leaks are not the final product, never will be the final product, right? They don't create transparency because people are not responsible with that transparency. Why do you think they don't show you early footage without caution, chat? Because majority of people are not deep thinkers. You show them something, they'll take it 100% and go, wow, that looks stupid. Think about it this way. We all fell for it. Think about it this way. I'll show you why. Show you why. Because we all fell for it. Can you guess which video I'm pulling up to show you? That's right, Blue. You're right. Chat, do you remember this piece of work right here? Chat, do you remember this? Do you remember this, chat? Yes.
You ready to go?
Do you remember, chat?
Supplies, just about ready.
What are you going to use today?
I decided to go with the Colossus.
This was not even the game. Do you know the story of this trailer?
I'm going to use.
Do you guys know the story of this trailer, chat? If you don't know the story of this trailer, I have to tell you what it is because I learned it and I was like, that can't be right. But that's coming from a developer's mouth. That's exactly what happened. This trailer was created before the game was made. This was not used by the devs to make the game. This was not a game that they were making to use as a trailer. This trailer was made for them to make the game. Yes, it was a vertical slice. Isn't that insane? Imagine you're a dev and EA is like, we're gonna need you to make this game. Okay, cool. Then you're at E3. They play a trailer of a game that you're working on. You're like, wait, we're not working on something. And they show this, and Bioware's like, wait, we have to make that? What the heck? Who told us? Whose idea was that? That's what I mean. Arguably, this is a leak. Technically. Right? Oh, I had to downgrade 100% because it was taking up too much resources. Ironically, I think this game would run really good now on our current console, our current gen. This is why it's kind of sad that it's discontinued. Matter of fact, I think they should consider putting it back online, honestly. But arguably, this is a leak. This is a game that wasn't out yet, and it was not real. It was not not the final product, but they didn't tell us that. Arguably, this is a leak. I would argue that this is a leak. Kind of crazy how if you put it that way, right? God, Anthem was so cool. I feel like this game would be so much better now than it would be back then, just because the nature of like live service and like, you know, there's nothing like it. Honestly, I think Mecha Break is the closest one if you think about it. You know. All right, so chat and Blue kind of said this. Don't download any builds, visit any unfamiliar leak sites, connect crypto wallet, send money to anybody, claiming for access to GTA 6, right? Don't do any of that stuff. That could be a virus, could be ransomware. You don't know, right? Don't do any of that. Cool. All right. So those are our two stories for tonight. 2XKO reminds us that trying a game is not the same as building. GTA 6 reminds us that massive interest attracts people who want to redirect the community for their own purpose. hijacking basically their virality. Playing with intention means treating attention like a limited resource. We should invest in games, creators, communities, and causes that deserve it, not simply in whatever produces the loudest notification. It's true. It's true. So true. All right. So that was the first hour. We're going to be gaming the second hour. So what should we be gaming about? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's do it. GQ, what should we play? Well, we'll figure that out right now, Chad. Don't worry, we got you. We'll do it. Let me add another camera. Is it a camera? I think it's a camera. Yep. Down. Oh. There we go. I wish I can have a bigger camera when I do this. But it's all good. Oh no, did that break? What the heck? Okay, I need a new. Oh, you finished Beast of Reincarnation this year. Awesome. 7.5. You don't regret spending $60. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, who's online? First Ascendant. Tokon. Monster Hunter. My friends with Oliver on here? Probably not. All right, here's what we got. You do Aliens, Diablo. So we got Wu Chang in there. We got Ball Pit. We can do Ball Pit. I think Fire Team Elite just came out, right? Let me look it up. The second one, I mean. 25th, so one more week. Yas Queen. By the way, chat, I'm like 2 trophies away from getting this platinum. And they are the most annoying. This is the most annoying trophies. So this trophy right here, I have to kill a vehicle that randomly shows up on a map, and I played that map probably over 30 times, and I've not seen that vehicle come out. So it's making me angry. Orange Jesus does not love me. Because once I get that, I get this, and I'm done with it. And if you look at this too, this is interesting. 13%. And then look at the next one, 13.6. So a lot of people are getting, this is one of the last ones they get. Is there a smaller one? Yeah. 18. So if you look at this, 19, not taking any damage. Yeah, so this is the roadblock for the trophies. Anyway, time to defend Super Earth. Let's go. Who has Helldivers? Jump in right now. Blue, Andre. is the Inquisitor. Inquisitor James. Inquisitor Asian dude. How many people are this? Wait, guys, look, there's 61,000 divers on here. There's 61,000 hell divers fighting for this planet, and we only have it 34% liberated. Crazy.
Mission coordinates locked. Hell pods
I'm
drawing.
still standing.
Engaging
These
orbital
guys are
thrusters. Orbit synchronized.
Alright, I'll deal with the Stingray. Oh wow, this should have been dead, I thought. Should have used my full pistol.
You know, this is
Oh,
one of
look
those
out.
games
I'm crashing.
I get to play, you know, it's kind of nice. What's this? Land
I
on
have
it.
a melt mine right here, so there we go.
Okay, that works.
Do not let the illuminate boggle your
Good job.
Hold fast to your weapon and to your ally, and strike their ghastly heart.
Okay. I think they just started. Yep. Let's go cause some trouble, boys.
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Yeah, apparently, like, this is the heart of the void. Like, this is where the void comes from.
What?
Reinforcing!
I didn't even see it there.
What the hell? So what is going on here? What's the mission?
Calling down a sentry!
Okay. Oh, we gotta destroy the blooms. That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's always really fun.
Oh my god, these things are crazy looking.
Road, melt the mine in front of like a portal or a dropship or something. Shoot it and it blows it all up.
Alright.
Whoa.
So these guys are tough. You actually have to shoot their helmet off. Oh, there's more. A freaking left arm is broken though.
Heavy, southwest, close.
Someone just hit me.
They can't see anything. What the heck? Don't go in there, Pit. The boys. It's a trap. Yeah, it's water. Void blossoms are usually like, oh, they're over there. Okay.
Marking location, southwest. Gotta fix this Liberty for
I can only
taking
imagine if this
arm.
was like on the highest difficulty. Yeah, these are the void blossoms.
Why are they all blurry
Oh,
right
crap.
here?
I don't know. It's just something we're going to craft. Once we start destroying these little purple little flowers.
Yeah, that is just straight up chaos. From,
So this is new that they added. See how they're dropping off troops?
Really?
Yeah,
Thank you.
and the whispering that happens when you're inside of it. Yeah, that's just straight out of chaos.
There's two more.
Hanging around here somewhere.
Well, here's one. Never mind. 100 distance for
C2's got it. Yeah, it literally like feels like we're like playing in a like hellscape, alien
Allied
hellscape.
destroyer leaving squadron.
No, C2 disappeared.
Huh.
Oh no, he was the host. I think we're we're screwed. It's lagging.
That's weird. Oh,
It's moving hosts right now. That's why it's like
Sending in an
frozen.
eagle.
Dang it.
Allied destroyer leaving squadron.
Oh look, I'm the only one here. Great.
Sending out an SOS.
Here comes the cavalry.
How come these won't die? What the heck? Fucking die, bro.
He's on the way.
Yeah. Okay. That's still got to be a bug. What's he hitting at over there? Crap. Yeah, finally. Yeah, it takes so long to die.
Receive rapid responses on the way.
Administering freedom.
That's right.
Attacking map.
Shit, let's go. Next, down here. Yeah. Let's go, Seif. Sometimes they like shoot you because they're stupid, but they're still cool to have. Oh, great. See what I mean? Whoa! These Dead Space dudes. The guy's got a machine gun. Nice, nice. Okay. Oh. Good luck. Good luck, boys.
Squid outpost!
Oh.
Let's reload!
Did that whole squad get eradicated? I think it did. Crap. Crap, yep.
Democracy has landed.
Going that way.
Here comes the cavalry. Eagle 1 leaving combat zone to resupply.
Sending down equipment package.
Kind of a pickle.
Hostiles are double high. Seek your support.
Freedom forever!
Let's go. Ooh.
Seek en route to objective.
No. Into this thing. Out of here.
Mag's empty! Mag's empty!
Gas. I literally look like a freaking stormtrooper. I'm gonna land on this guy. Oh, dang it, I missed. Bad day, bad day, bad day.
Forces depleted. Additional reinforcements requested.
Get some! Get some!
Nailed him.
Found something!
Attack underway.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Nothing? Dang.
Another one bites the dust.
Deploying support weapon.
Mag's empty!
That's where it was. Eh.
Outpost cleared. Heavy enemy presence detected. Deploying siege rapid response. Hang in there, Helldiver.
Yeah, over here, please, because this is where we need you. Saw a red dot there. Probably hanging out here somewhere.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Incoming fire!
What y'all shooting at? Hey. Yo, where'd you come from? What the heck? Oh, it's this thing. Okay, well, good. Got a gun. Whoa.
Siege squad inbound to your location. Orbital strike incoming.
Yeah.
Administering freedom. Got him.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Bag's empty.
Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
What the? Dude, I called SOS. No one's coming to help. Hey.
Hostile threat level high. Deploying C to support.
Whoa.
Last reload.
Ah.
Say hello to democracy.
Their lives were in our
I got my support finally.
Orbital strike incoming.
another step toward galactic liberation. You may extract when ready.
Seek backup en route to your position.
Attack underway. Eagle 1 rearming. Be back shortly.
How'd you like to taste of freedom?
It's crazy.
Not today!
Throw him a grenade.
Firearm!
Yo, this is insane. Almost there.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Try to bully me? Huh? That's what y'all get. Okay. I think we are. This mission's pretty scuffed, so let's. Oh man, I saw the. I think the super rare samples are over here somewhere. I saw them when I was running around trying not to get shot. They're definitely like beyond here. And we get GTFO out of here. So you guys, Headmaster's taking over this planet by himself. This is why he's the Inquisitor.
Rapid response inbound.
Or Truth Enforcer. Oh, there it is.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
So these are like the really hard samples to find. So if you find these, you pick these up. Yeah,
Extraction is available.
We got time. Load this bitch up. Where y'all going? We'll go here and finish up.
Taking that.
It's over here. Secondary extraction zone. Yo, what? What the heck?
Heavy enemy presence detected. Deploying C for rapid rapid response. Hang in there, Helldiver.
Never destroy our way of life. Have a taste of democracy.
This rock. Ooh.
Max empty.
Reload.
How'd you like to taste of freedom?
Getting that alien game day one. Yes. If there's a physical. If not, then no. But I am going to be getting it.
Get some! Get some!
What structure else is there? Oh, there's a fucking gate right here. Bro, I killed you. Stay dead. Freaking kidding me? Okay. See? Much harder now. I can't, like, finish these missions fast. Okay, that should be good. Yeah, get this extraction zone down here. Look at that mountain.
Here comes the cavalry.
Well, that's up to you, man. I like aliens a lot, and I want to co-op that with a bunch of people, so.
Boom, target down.
I don't think it's a full price game, honestly.
Freedom.
Give me a hug, bro.
Fire down! Fire at will! Alas, this time.
He's getting all happy. Oh, let's go.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. You can try. Is the first one free somewhere? Probably try that. You can test it out. I have the first one, and the first one is crossplay.
Take that, dissidents! I owe you my life, Helldiver.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
We did it, boys. We king of the hill this area. We were fighting really hard for this area.
20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
Much appreciated, Helldiver. Prosperous pockets. That's good.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates.
What's up over there? They're over there, hanging out over there.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, there's a lot of other games that we could play together too. Like, do you have Absalom?
Freedom.
Absalom on PC is kind of jank though. I think their netcode is not good. You got a weird one? What's your weird one? What in the weirdness do you has? The big wonk? Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of friend slop games that we could play. For sure. I'm down for that. Guys, I kind of semi-soloed that level on level 6, I think. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Look how filthy. Look how disgusting my Helldiver looks. Look at that. Look at this man. Look how gross he looks. He's been through it. He's been through it all. He worked hard. That's crazy. Pretty sure half of that's my blood, but that's okay. All right. Closing up to 10 o'clock here. Let's go ahead and finish up what we got going on. All right, so class tonight was a pretty good show also as well. I mean, this whole 2x KO and closing out games, it's always going to be like a piece like where it hurts, right? But like we can't expect live service games to be on forever. It kind of sucks because like this was a passion project for the community, but honestly, even as a fighting game player, I don't have any attachment to 2x KO, and it has to sneak in and literally fight for attention between King of Fighters, or sorry, Garo, Tekken, Street Fighter, MK. I even played MK1 more than I did 2x KO. It's just fighting game characters just have that a little bit of legacy for us, you know. So tonight we saw two versions of basically the same economy, right? 2x KO could not turn curiosity into a sustainable habit. The alleged GTA 6 leakers are trying to turn curiosity into power, publicity, and potential money. Now, the lesson is not that every live service deserves to survive. It's not that we should ignore every leak, right? The lesson is that our attention participates in the outcome, right? You can hear about it. You don't have to contribute. Every time we log in, watch, repost, purchase, comment, we cast a small vote on our gaming culture and how we want to represent that gaming culture, right? So spend that vote carefully, support the games you want to remain alive, reward responsible reporting, protect yourself from opportunists, and never let the algorithm make the best decision for you. I said this on Tuesday. You're feeding the algorithm. You're feeding, if you have a sponsored video, you're incentivized to say certain things, okay? Because that's what the algorithm picks up. Here at Gaming Academy, we play with intention. We understand the systems around our hobby and choosing to participate with purpose. This community is fantastic, okay? Be better than the rest, because there's a lot out there, right? They're just consuming without any intention. They're just, they're like what Gilgamesh would say, just a bunch of mongrels feeding off each other. Don't be like that. If tonight's conversation gave you something to think about, guys, follow the channel, share the show with another thoughtful gamer, and continue the discussion in the comments. This is your homie, GQAzndood, your headmaster here at the Gaming Academy, right? Keep learning, keep leveling up, and keep asking the question that defines this very academy. What is your gamer quotient? See you guys this weekend. If not this weekend, see you next Tuesday for study hall. Don't be late. Have a good night.